Have you ever wished that you were more creative? I find that a lot of adults wish they were more, especially those in the arts. And I've been thinking a lot about that lately, how to improve your creativity, how to be more creative as adults, what that means, what goes into it. And I was trying to think, who are the most creative people and what are their practices? And recently it hit me that children are probably the most creative people out there. If you've ever seen any children or remember being a child yourself, you will remember seeing, either in others or in yourself, how much they innovate and create and brainstorm ideas. They will create new games. They will color and draw in interesting ways that us as adults would probably not do that. So, a while ago I heard about this study where they took a whole bunch of children and studied them and gave them assessments on their creative level, all the way from not creative to creative genius. They did ages 5 all the way through adults around 31 years old. And this study was fascinating. I'll have it linked in the post that I will link in the description here. But according to this study, 98% of 5-year-olds are creative geniuses. I think that needs to be said again. 98% of 5-year-olds are creative geniuses. No wonder they seem so creative to us, because they actually are creative. And that just blew my mind, but it completely makes sense. And then the next group was 10-year-olds, and only 30% was creative. Now that's a big drop. Like, I don't have a graph or anything, but imagine, here's the 5-year-olds. So 98, 0, it goes all the way down here to 10-year-olds. And then for the 12-year-olds, so a little older, it's 12%. Make my hand flatter here. 12%. Very low. And then 2% of adults. So it goes. But that blew my mind. 98% of 5-year-olds are creative geniuses. Only 2% of adults. Now that was just fascinating. You can read more about the whole study at the link that I'm going to provide. But that just goes to show that yes, children are much more creative than adults. And what I wonder is, why does the percent change? Why does it drop so drastically in such a small amount of time? My own theory is this: that children are forced to grow up and leave behind the childish things, many or much of which inhibits their creativity. So all the things that they have to leave behind are what help their creativity, and leaving them behind inhibits it. This isn't proven, but this is my own theory. I would have to do more study on that to see what people think is the reason. Now the real question is this: how can we nurture our own creativity as adults? I believe that we can do so by nurturing our inner child. First, what is our inner child? If I were to define it, I would say it is the wonder at beauty, however simple, and the readiness and ability to create new ideas and concepts, and to create something new from what is available. In a word, children are innovative, in awe, in wonder. They're creative machines, always coming up with new things, new ways of doing things, new games, etc. And if this is really the answer to our own creativity, then how do we nurture their inner child? So I believe it is the answer, or one answer, to helping our own creativity, because you see that children are so creative. What they're doing must help, and what we're doing as adults must be not helping. And so, how do we nurture our inner child? I brainstormed this post for a very long time. That's why I haven't posted in a while. And I also reached out to my Facebook community with the same question. Now, if you participated in that post, then thank you so much. It is... There we go, I was changing something in the post. It really helped me a lot, and I got so many wonderful ideas, and all of them are in the list I'm going to provide for you. Now, the list of ways to nurture your inner child is put into 6 different categories. Now, it was very hard to categorize these, but I wanted to do that just so that we have an organized way to approach this. Like, in what ways, in general, can we improve on our creativity through nurturing the inner child? And so I will have the suggestion and a short, or sort of short, description of what I mean and what I don't mean and how to apply it. So without further ado, here are the ways you can improve your creativity and nurture your inner child. The first section is a child's heart and mind. Number 1, play games with friends or family. Children love to play with their friends. They're doing this all the time. As a child, I would often have play dates with my own friends at church, things like that. Number 2, random acts of kindness. If you've ever known any child, you've probably received impromptu gifts by them. Try giving something small and thoughtful, even a pretty rock or leaf, to someone you love, without expecting anything in return. Number 3, take a bubble bath. When was the last time you had a real bubble bath? I challenge you to have a nice hot one and just soak in there. Get some hot water, soak with some actual bubbles, and if you happen to have any bath toys on hand, throw those in there too. Swish in the water, watch the bubbles, take your time. Number 4, go on adventures. If this appeals to you, try going on a few. Make sure they're simple and affordable, because kids love things that don't cost much or anything at all. Go to a local store, like a small business store. Go to a park, take a hike, go biking, get some ice cream, you name it. Number 5, be silly once a day. I loved this suggestion. I was a very silly child, and whenever I let myself be silly again, without judging myself, I feel so alive. Some of my best ideas and breakthroughs have come when just letting myself go and act like a child again. So there's an idea for you. And there's just something so wonderful about doing that. We don't have to be serious 100% of the time, right? I don't think any of us are. But letting ourselves have fun more often, I think that would really benefit us. Number 6, experiment. Practice creative problem solving. Don't be afraid to try new things, new ways of doing things. There's always one more way to do something. Allow yourself to practice problem solving before Googling it or asking ChatGPT. Over time, you'll come up with better solutions on your own. This is very good for our brains. Number 7, think outside the box. Related to experimenting and creative problem solving, get comfortable with thinking of other solutions or ways of doing things. Like, how else can you spend time with your best friend? How else can you celebrate the 4th of July that's coming up? Well, by the time this is posted, it will be after 4th of July. How can you celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving? You don't have to go with tradition. Can you do something this way or that way instead? If you're comfortable, mix things up a little bit. All right, our next section is nature, everything nature. The first one is build a sandcastle. There's something so fun and engaging and creative about making a sandcastle. And you're making it with your hands too, so you're getting your hands into the textures of the sand and the water, the wet sand, the dry sand, and the hot sand, the cold sand. It's a very sensory experience. Now, if you don't like that sort of thing, I recommend not trying it, but maybe you might. Maybe you might. And if you enjoy it, go do it. What are you waiting for? Number 2 is get in the dirt. Get dirty. Something all children do is get dirty. And I recently found out there's a special bacteria in dirt that acts like an antidepressant. I heard this somewhere and I haven't confirmed it yet, so don't take it as medical advice or anything. I'm definitely not a medical professional, but I have noticed myself that when I go weed the garden beds, for example, I feel so calm and so refreshed. And there's just nothing like it. If you have a garden, go weed your garden. And if you don't have a garden, try making one. Or just go out there and dig in the dirt. I don't know. Whatever appeals to you. All right, number 3 is walk in the woods. The quietness is so relaxing and allows you to slow down and regain focus and peace. Take that time to observe and rest in nature. Number 4, scavenger hunt in nature. Anywhere you go, there are little things you can find. See how many different birds or animals or insects you can find, or how many colors of leaves. Make a nature journal if that's your style. I'm the kind of person that I love that idea of making a nature journal, but I'm also the kind of person that would probably quit after 2 days. I begin a whole bunch of projects and then forget about them. So it works for a lot of people, but it doesn't work for others. All right, so the last one in this section is simply be in nature. Simply sitting out there, taking the time to be quiet and just observe, or work outside. Like if you work on a laptop, take your laptop outside in the shade and work outside. And if it's not too distracting, try reading outside. I find it too distracting. Being in nature itself is so good for your heart and soul. There's just something about being in God's creation that is settling. It's rejuvenating. And I think He really intended it that way. And it's easy for us to get away from that and go on with our lives and be too busy to stop and really appreciate what He's made and just let it nurture us. So I recommend just being outside in general. Alright, next category is arts and crafts. Kids love arts and crafts. And the first one is mixed media arts. This is very experimentative, which is good for nurturing our inner child. And you can see how many things you can combine to create a work of art. You can try crayons, markers, paint, stickers, paper cutouts, glitter. Glitter's fun. What else? Leaves. You can use leaves or dried flowers. You can do anything you want. And it is so much fun. And it really helps break down that wall and help you get to a creative mindset because you're using so many mediums for a single picture. Number 2 is make up stories. Now, they don't need to be elaborate, full-blown books like I write, but they can be simple little stories. Give little things in your life, like the coffee maker, or your favorite cup, or your plant. Give it a personality or a background or a backstory. And I don't know, make up stories about what they might do or something. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Think E.B. White's Charlotte's Web. It's very simple, but it's also so profound. So, and children do that all the time. Coloring is the next one. Number 3. Number 3 is coloring. If you can color, if you want to color, go ahead. It's a great alternative to drawing because not everybody is really good at drawing. I'm not. I used to be getting there and then I stopped drawing and now I can't, so I color. And recently I've been interested in simple designs I can finish in one setting, as opposed to adult coloring books that are so intricate and detailed that it takes months to finish. So try a simple coloring book. And if you can draw, number 4 is drawing. Just go do it. And if you can't draw, there are plenty of resources online for free which you can use to learn. Number 5, I love this one, finger painting. Remember when you used to just get your fingers dirty and then put your fingerprints all over stuff? Or maybe you had finger painting growing up. There's just something about it that it has no boundaries, no wrong answers, and it breaks free from all restraints because you're not using anything but your fingers to paint. And I thought that was a very cool suggestion, so thank you to the person who suggested that. That was really cool. An alternative to finger painting is chalk pastels. I have chalk pastels myself, and if you want, I can do a video on me doing that. I'm not very good at all, but I love doing it. And again, it's using your fingers to blend, and you're basically using chalk to create pictures, and it gets so messy, and it's highly pigmented, so it's very colorful. It is so much fun. But yes, do stuff with your fingers that breaks that boundary of restraint. 5 is craft. Make things with your hands. I used to do that all the time as a child. Toilet paper rolls were a favorite of mine. I would use them to make all sorts of things, from toilet paper roll dolls to, oh goodness, I don't even know, anything I wanted. Recently I made a basket out of them. Here's a way you can cut them up and put them together to make a basket. That was a lot of fun. To craft, all you need is paper, glue, tape, maybe some cardboard, and there you go. Try making your home decor, your own home decor to start. There are plenty of resources online to give you ideas. There are tutorials, anything. Even try a child's craft. That, it might sound silly, it might feel silly, but it is a lot of fun. So, and number 6, don't be critical of creative ideas. The one thing that kills creativity the most is criticism. I'm not talking about critiques, that's different. Criticism is nipping that creativity at the bud and not letting you go beyond the idea. No matter what the idea might be, don't be critical of it. Creating ideas has no wrong answers. You're simply generating those ideas. You're brainstorming. Afterwards, you may judge which ones are worth developing further or which ones should be thrown away. The next section is intentional living, not living it by the clock or by every individual task you must do. It's about living more fully. And the first suggestion is 1, get lost in the moment. This is a tough one, but try to let everything go and live fully in the moment. Get lost in a song, a dance, a good book, a movie, a game with your family, a conversation. You'll live life more fully if you're not always planning and worrying about what comes next and trying to keep in your head all those things you gotta do. So write them down, give yourself reminders, and let yourself just live fully in the moment. And not in the past either. Don't dwell in the past if you can help it. That's a really hard one that I struggle with. Number 2, this is an old-fashioned one. Pen pal. I'm sure you didn't see that coming. A pen pal. Kids nowadays probably don't even know what that is. I was thinking about that, like, yeah, I don't know. I bet they don't. Texting buddies. There's the modern equivalent, but try to go back to just find one person that would enjoy giving and receiving letters as much as you would. Write it on paper, put it in an envelope, address the envelope, put on a stamp, and you could try a stamp collector too if you're doing all those letters. Stick it in the mailbox, close the lid, put up the flag, and let the mailman take it. An old-fashioned pen pal. Some people would love to do this. I did this as a child, and I got to know this girl only through writing letters. And it was very... I loved it. I can't think of how to describe it right now, but there was something almost fairy tale-like about it. Only knowing someone just by the letters they wrote and the pictures they sent. And that was a great experience for me. And my mom really helped me with that because I could hardly write, let alone spell my own name because my spelling was so bad. But she helped me type it up and stuff. So, all right. Next suggestion is spend time with children. What? There's nothing like learning from the masters. Spend time with them and observe how they act, what kind of games they play, what kinds of ideas they come up with, how they come up with those ideas, things like that. I will get into what I mean and don't mean by acting like children or being childish in the next video. Next one is enjoy the small things. It's the small things that give us the most joy. Take time to enjoy sunsets and sunrises, the contrast of the moon in the night sky, the beauty of a flower. You'll not regret it. And soon you'll see little blessings and little joys everywhere. I personally love colors, and there's a fire station down the road from us that's bold red. And where I live, we have mountain bluebirds, and they are such a brilliant blue, and I don't think I've ever seen something so bright blue as the mountain bluebirds. And there are these metal posts, kind of like those, well, I don't really know exactly what they're called. They're really short, maybe like 2-3 feet tall, something like that. Those little metal posts near the fire station, and sometimes the mountain bluebirds will land on those, and their bright blue is contrasting with the bright red, and it is so beautiful. And whenever I see that, I stop and just admire it till the bird flies away. And last night there was a lunar eclipse, and the moon was so bright red. I don't think I've ever seen an eclipse that bright. Like such deep red. It was like a rusty blood red almost. It was pretty fantastic. And I probably watched that for 10 or 15 minutes, just standing there at my window and watching them. So take time to enjoy the simple things. Next suggestion is very hard nowadays, but have less stimulation. Let yourself be bored. One thing that most of us probably didn't have as much when we were children was technology. Personally, we had a TV, but we watched it only on special occasions or when I was with my grandparents, things like that. But most of the time I played by myself or outside. And when children are bored, that's when they come up with the most creative games. This is also when you might have the best winding down time too, so it's very relaxing. And when I let myself be bored, I come up with things more easily. I can better brainstorm. Story ideas have come to me that way. Just as an example, try sitting on the porch when the sun goes down and just ponder life or something. Just let yourself be bored. Akin to that is slowing down intentionally. In the busyness of life, we tend to speed through our days. I don't know about you, but I do that. Try stopping to enjoy the small things like we talked about. Talk to other people, write in a journal, engage in crafts, sit and listen to music. Don't always run from one thing or to the next. Next one, I love this one, is dress up or dress in fun ways. I'm wearing clothes that I made. It's like this is a 14th century chemise with 1700s stays. Then I have a skirt that I made. Children love to dress up. I loved to dress up dresses as a child, and looking at pictures of myself, I was almost always dressed up. It's hilarious to look back at it, but yeah, it makes sense. The person who suggested this said that she wears strawberry shortcake themed clothes or a style like her, and I love that so much. So find a style that you love and try to make a capsule wardrobe maybe, or change your clothing choices to be more fun. It adds a little whimsy and dopamine to your day. And it's so much fun to be like, oh yes, I feel so pretty, or I feel so nice or cute. Like I'm on a little adventure even just at home. The next suggestion is romanticize life. For my childhood self, nothing was exactly what it was. I was always thinking in terms of stories, and I was a very practical child, but I was also very imaginative too. I don't know how that works, but trust me, I was. I would like things such as cleaning my room, playing with my dolls. Everything had more or was more. Just for funsies, try being the main character of your own story, like in a book, and see what happens, see how you react to things. It's an interesting view on life if you think of it that way. The next one is to let your mind wander or to dream zone. This ties back to letting yourself be bored. In the car on the way to or from church, as a child, I would look out the window and let my mind wander, sometimes thinking, other times creating stories, sometimes watching the electrical lines zip by. Dream zoning is how I develop my novels now. And because I have a 1-hour commute to and from town to sometimes 3 days a week, I have plenty of time for dream zoning while I'm driving, which I do pay attention. I don't go super deep in it like I might at home. For your comfort. Alright, next section. And I believe it is no, not the last section. Alright, move your body. You can climb a tree or rock climb if you're physically able. You can sing and dance. Right now I'm starting to line dance, and it's really helped me to be more comfortable moving my body, and it's been so much fun. I can put on music now and just dance to it. If it's more of a, I don't know, if it's a specific style of music, I'm able to dance to it more easily. I'm not naturally a dancer, so it's been a lot of fun. Another one is let yourself be loud. Try shouting or cheering or anything like that while playing a game, as long as you're not drowning people out or giving them a headache or making them cover their ears. You can try skipping, which is a fun way to move. Swimming, this is so much exercise, but I always feel good doing it. You can go on walks. I hate walks, but once I start on them, it feels really good. So there's that. You might not enjoy it at first, but trust me, you will. Exercise of any kind, because it's movement. Ice skating. This is scary at first, but it feels almost ethereal. I just love how smooth it is. It feels like something an elf would do, right? Or you can try roller skating. I actually prefer ice skating because roller skating, I tend to fall on my back, which hurts. But if you're good at roller skating, thumbs up to you. But yep, whatever you're comfortable with. I believe this is the last section, and it is nostalgia, all about your childhood. Do things that you did as a child. Skip stones. That is a lot of fun, and it's a lot trickier than you think it is. It's even a whole sport. I found that out recently. It's a sport. At least I'm pretty sure it is, which is crazy. Like skipping contests. Well, stone skipping contests. Childhood games like hopscotch, Mother May I, Truth or Dare, Simon Says, etc. I played a lot of those as a child. Whatever childhood games you played, try playing those again. Try to get family and friends to participate too. They might be like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? But they'll get into it eventually. All right, sidewalk chalk. Again, the messy hands getting down on the ground. It's not dirt, but it's outside. So there's that. Blowing bubbles is another one. I love blowing bubbles. I love popping bubbles. It is so much fun. It really brings out the child in me, the childish wonder, and I love it. Next one is watching Pixar movies or your favorite childhood movies. Last time I watched Toy Story, it was so nostalgic. I watched the first 3. I don't like the 4th one. I may never watch the 5th one. Well, we'll see how it goes. But the first 3 are my all-time favorite, and I love those so much. How to Train Your Dragon, Tangled, what else is there? Over the Hedge, old Disney movies. Let me think. Pixar, though, is spot on. So nostalgic. And they impact me more now than I did as a child because they're so powerful. Just in the way they're made. If they're good quality movies, then yeah, they're gonna impact you. Which sometimes I just needed to watch that childhood movie. And it's more than an adult movie, even. It can carry that much weight. Anywho, let's continue. Read favorite childhood books. like we just mentioned with the movies, has to do the same with books too. I have several favorites. Childhood music, things that you listen to as a child. Not necessarily kids songs, but more like I listen to a lot of K-Love and Star 93.3. That's another Christian radio station back in Ohio. And I listen to that a ton. So 2010s Christian songs. I love listening to those. And Celtic music. I got a lot of Celtic music exposure growing up because my grandma had a Celtic Woman CD and I love listening to them even now. So another one is play doll house or Legos. I feel like almost every child has done one or the other or both of them. And try looking for shapes in the clouds. This is a lot of fun. Like if you're just sitting outside taking your time out there, you can watch the clouds. That one looks like England. That one looks like a dragon. I see a lot of dragon ones for some reason. So I hope that gives you plenty of ideas. And if you want to see the full list, I will have the post linked down below. I hope this one was not too long. 36 minutes is kind of long to me, but I kind of speak slow, so you can put me on double speed if you want. And you probably did. So I hope that was helpful, and I look forward to diving more into nurturing your inner child and being more creative next time. So I will see you guys later. Bye, friends.